To start with our new topic, and the topic is carbon. Further in the chapter, we will deal with its compounds also, but now first we will deal with the properties of carbon. So we will initiate with the symbolic representation of carbon. The symbol of carbon is C and its atomic number is 6. So we will write the atomic number at the left hand side of the symbol as the subscript. The mass number is 12. So we will write this mass number at the top of the symbol. It's not only found in C612 form, the another forms of carbon in which it is found is C613, and one of the form is found have this formula C614. Since all these three forms have the same atomic number 6 and they have the different mass number 12, 13 and 14, so these three forms are termed as isotopes of carbon. Out of these isotopes, the most general form of carbon is C612 and the another forms are found rarely. C614 have a specific character. This C614 is radioactive in nature. And this radioactive form of carbon is used for the age determination of fossil, and the age determination process is termed as radiocarbon dating. So in this chapter we will deal with the only general form of carbon, that's C612. Now if we see the electronic configuration of its general form, so the electronic configuration will be 2, 4. Since the electronic configuration is 2 and 4, so with the help of this electronic configuration, we can calculate the valency of carbon. It has 4 valence electrons, so valency can be calculated as 8 minus number of valence electron. If we put the value of number of valence electrons, so valency will be 8 minus 4 and the valency for carbon is 4. Those elements which have the valency 4 are termed as tetravalent elements. So carbon is again the example of tetravalent elements. Carbon is a tetravalent element. Now, if we are to see the bonding of carbon, so as we have seen that carbon has 4 valence electrons and it's not stable in the elemental form, because to be stable we know that outermost shell should contain at least 2 or 8 electrons as the number of valence electron. So now we will see which kind of bonding is found in carbon. The next topic is bonding of carbon. To be stable, it should have 2 or 8 electrons in the outermost shell, and from the electronic configuration we can see that it has only 4 electrons in the outermost valence shell. So now one idea to gain the stability is by the gaining of 4 electrons. Carbon can acquire the stability by the gaining of 4 electrons, and by the gaining of electron it will form a carbon anion. The symbol of carbon anion will be C4 minus and the electronic configuration for this anion will be 2 and 8. Now in this carbon anionic form it has 8 valence electron, so it's stable, but the process is not so convenient. It requires a large amount of energy. We can explain this on the basis of small size of carbon. If we draw, this is the valence shell of carbon. So carbon has 4 valence electron, and due to the small size of 4 valence electron, these negatively charged electron will acquire a position where they should be at the maximum distance to attain the maximum stability. Now all these electrons are having negative charge on them, so they will be at the maximum distance from by the which of this they will have the highest stability. If in the process we further add 4 electrons in the valence shell. So the condition will be the small size valence shell now have 8 electrons. These electrons can be represented by the form of dot. Now, as we see, as per the initial condition, this C4 anion has the less distance between the electrons, and due to the less distance, there will be a high repulsion force between these electrons. And as the repulsion increases, it requires a large amount of energy to add these electrons in this small size valence shell. So, the process is highly endothermic and not suitable for the normal condition. Carbon does not form generally carbon 4 anion due to the endothermic nature of this process. One more idea we can have, since the electronic configuration of carbon, we have seen it's 2 and 4. To be stable, it can have 2 electrons also. So, we can make it stable by the loss of 4 electrons. Carbon can attain stability by the loss of 4 electrons. By the loss of 4 electron, it will form carbon cation having the symbol C4+, and the electronic configuration of carbon cation will be 2. Since it has 2 electrons in the outermost shell, so it's stable. But again, it has some drawback due to the small size of carbon. Initially, this small size valence shell has 4 electrons, and due to this small size, this valence shell is too much nearer to the positively charged nucleus. Now, these negative charged electrons have a high force of attraction towards the nucleus due to the opposite sign. In the process, if we want to remove the valence electron from the shell, so as we can see, we are to work opposite to the nuclear force of attraction, and for this we required a large amount of energy. So the process is again highly endothermic in nature. So as per on the basis of energy, we can see that carbon doesn't form ions easily. Ions are not formed easily in the case of carbon. So carbon doesn't form ionic bond. Ionic bond is not formed in the case of carbon compounds. So to overcome the problem, carbon shows another kind of bonding, and this kind of bonding is covalent bonding. Carbon completes its octet by the sharing of electron, and by the sharing of electron the bond is formed is termed as covalent bond. So we will see the covalent bonding in the carbon and its compound. Before we see the covalent bonding in its compound, first we are to take idea about the covalent bond, how these are formed and what are the types of these covalent bonds. Definition, earlier we have seen covalent bond is formed by the sharing of electron, or further if I am to specify the definition, then I can say covalent bond is formed by the mutual sharing of electrons. Mutual sharing means though both atoms which are going to share their electrons will contribute equal number of electrons. We can understand this by the formation of hydrogen molecule. For example, if we say formation of hydrogen molecule. Generally, this kind of covalent bond is formed between non-metals. In the hydrogen molecule, the two non-metallic hydrogen atoms are going to combine. So they will combine by the covalent bond. Because this kind of covalent bond is generally seen between two non-metallic elements. In hydrogen molecule, before we see the bonding, first we are to see the requirements of each hydrogen atom. Hydrogen having the atomic number 1, electronic configuration will be 1. Since it has only one valence electron in the outermost shell, so it needs again an electron to complete its duplet. Another hydrogen atom have the same condition. it also needs one electron to complete its duplet. I can represent these hydrogen atoms by the Lewis representation also. The Lewis representation for one hydrogen atom will be the symbol of hydrogen, one electron in the form of dot. For the another hydrogen atom, the symbol and one valence electron, I can represent this by dot, but I am using cross this time to differentiate these two electrons of these two different hydrogen atoms. Since both the hydrogen atoms requires one valence electron, so they will share their one electron and they will form one covalent bond, which can be shown as the straight line between these two atoms. Now, if I am to count the number of valence electrons for each hydrogen atom, since their duplet is just to check this, their duplet is complete or not. So these two shared electrons between these two atoms are counted between both of the atoms. This hydrogen atom will contain these two electrons in its outermost shell. So its duplet is now complete. And for the another hydrogen atom, we will count again these two atoms and its duplet is also complete. So by the formation of hydrogen molecule, these two hydrogen atoms get the stability. And this hydrogen molecule is formed by the sharing of electron. So we can say there is one covalent bond between these two hydrogen atoms. For example, we can understand this by taking the another example of nitrogen molecule. Before see the bonding, if we see the electronic configuration of nitrogen, each nitrogen atom having the atomic number 7 and electronic configuration 2, 5. Another nitrogen atom have the same condition, atomic number 7 and electronic configuration is 2 and 5. We can see that both the nitrogen atom has the incomplete octet and both requires 3 more electrons to complete their octet. This can be represented by their Lewis symbol also, nitrogen. 5 valence electron, I am going to represent it by using 5 cross. Another nitrogen atom, 5 valence electron, so I can represent this by using 5 dot. Both the nitrogen atom has the deficiency of 3 valence electrons, so they will contribute 3 electrons for the sharing. The one electron of nitrogen atom will share with the another electron of another nitrogen atom and it will form one covalent bond. So there will be nitrogen, another nitrogen atom. By the sharing of these 2 electrons, there will be one covalent bond between these 2 atoms. Now we are having another electron pair between these 2 nitrogen atoms, and by this pair there will be another covalent bond which can be represented by this kind of straight line. One electron pair will also contribute in the sharing and this will form a triple covalent bond between these 2 nitrogen molecules. Both the nitrogen atom having one electron pair extra, so I can represent this by using cross or dot. In a nitrogen molecule, we can see 2 kind of electron pairs. First, this electron pair is not going to participate in the bond formation, and this kind of electron pair which doesn't take participation in bond is termed as lone pair of electron. On the other hand, we are having 3 electron pair also. This one is second electron pair and this one is third electron pair. These 3 electron pair are responsible for these 3 covalent bond between these 2 nitrogen atoms, and the pair of electron which participates in bond formation is termed as bond pair of electron. So this one is bond pair of electron. Now if I am to say about the nitrogen molecule, that how many bond pairs and how many lone pairs are present, so we can see between 2 nitrogen atoms 3 bond pairs are present. So the nitrogen molecule contains 3 bond pairs. Shortly I am going to represent by BP.